July 20th, 1973. In the heart of Hong Kong, a 32-year-old man took his last breath. But this wasn't just any death. This death shocked the entire world and left behind countless conspiracy theories. Because the man who died was Bruce Lee, the undisputed greatest icon in martial arts history. So how did a legend die so young? And was it really from natural causes? Bruce Lee's story isn't just about a fighter. It's about a man who punched through Hollywood's racist walls, built a cultural bridge between East and West, and proved to millions that the word impossible is nothing but an illusion. November 27, 1940, San Francisco's Chinatown. A baby boy was born in the year of the dragon, during the hour of the dragon. His parents named him Lee Jun Fan, but the nurse at the hospital gave him an American name, Bruce. Nobody knew it then. But this child would one day change the world. Bruce's childhood was anything but easy. When his family returned to Hong Kong, young Bruce found himself caught between two worlds. He was too American for the Chinese, too Chinese for the Americans. In the streets of Kowloon, he faced constant bullying. But instead of backing down, Bruce made a decision that would shape his destiny. He started training in martial arts. At age 13, he walked into the school of Ip Man, the legendary Wing Chun master. But there was a problem. Traditional Chinese martial arts schools had a strict policy: no mixed blood students. Bruce's mother was half German. For weeks, Ip Man's senior students tried to kick him out. They made training hell for him. They hoped he would quit, but Bruce Lee never quit anything in his life. By 18, Bruce had become one of Hong Kong's most feared street fighters. He won underground fight after underground fight. But his parents saw the dark path he was heading down. In 1959, they made a drastic decision. They sent him to America with $100 in his pocket and a one-way ticket to San Francisco. Imagine being 18 years old, in a foreign country, with barely any money and a dream that everyone said was impossible. Bruce didn't speak perfect English. He had no connections, no Hollywood contacts, nothing. But he had something far more powerful, an unbreakable will. The 1960s in America were brutal for Asian people. This was the era of the yellow peril stereotype. Asians were portrayed as weak, subservient, incapable of being heroes. Hollywood had one rule: Asians could be villains, sidekicks, or servants. Never the star. Never the hero. Bruce Lee was about to shatter that rule into a million pieces. He moved to Seattle and started teaching martial arts. But he didn't teach the traditional way. He questioned everything. He took techniques from boxing, fencing, wrestling, and combined them with Wing Chun. His students were shocked. Traditional masters were furious. How dare he disrespect the ancient ways? But Bruce didn't care about tradition. He cared about truth, about what actually worked in a real fight. Then came the moment that changed everything. In 1964, Bruce was invited to demonstrate his skills at the Long Beach International Karate Championships. In the audience sat a Hollywood hairstylist named Jay Sebring. Jay was blown away. He immediately called his friend, a producer named William Dozier. "You have to see this Chinese kid. He moves like nothing I've ever seen." Within months, Bruce Lee was auditioning for a new TV show concept, a martial arts hero fighting crime. The role was called The Green Hornet's Sidekick, Kato. Bruce crushed the audition. He got the part. Finally, his big break. Or so he thought. The Green Hornet premiered in 1966. Bruce's performance was electrifying. His speed was so incredible that cameramen had to ask him to slow down. The cameras couldn't capture his movements. Fan mail poured in. Everyone wanted to know, who is this Kato guy? But Hollywood executives had a problem. Bruce Lee was becoming too popular. He was overshadowing the white lead. After one season, the show was canceled. Bruce was devastated. But worse was yet to come. he developed a concept for a TV series about a Shaolin monk wandering the American Old West, using martial arts instead of guns. He pitched it to Warner Brothers. They loved it. They said yes, but then they made one change. They gave the lead role to David Carradine, a white actor with zero martial arts experience. The show was called Kung Fu. It became a massive hit. Bruce Lee, the man who created the concept, was erased from his own creation. Imagine the rage, the betrayal, the humiliation. You create something from your soul, from your culture, from your blood, and Hollywood steals it and gives it to someone else because of the color of your skin. Most people would have given up. Most people would have accepted defeat. Bruce Lee was not most people. In 1971, he made a decision that Hollywood would regret forever. He went back to Hong Kong. He would make his own movies. He would be his own star. He would prove that an Asian man could be the hero. The Big Boss was released in October 1971. It shattered every box office record in Hong Kong history. Then came Fist of Fury in 1972, even bigger. Then Way of the Dragon in 1972, which Bruce wrote, directed, and starred in. Hollywood couldn't ignore him anymore. Warner Brothers came crawling back. They offered him the lead role in Enter the Dragon, the first major Hollywood-Hong Kong co-production. A movie with a real budget, real distribution, real power. Bruce poured everything into that film. Every ounce of his philosophy, his pain, his rage, his art. He trained harder than ever. He pushed his body to supernatural limits. The filming wrapped in May 1973. Bruce had done it. He had conquered Hollywood on his own terms, but he would never see his victory. July 20, 1973. Bruce was at the apartment of actress Betty Ting Pei, discussing a script. He complained of a headache. Betty gave him a painkiller Equagesic. Bruce went to lie down. He never woke up. The official cause of death, cerebral edema, swelling of the brain, allegedly caused by an allergic reaction to the painkiller. But the question started immediately. Why did a man in peak physical condition die from a common painkiller? Why was he at Betty Ting Pei's apartment? Were there hidden enemies? Had he been cursed, poisoned, murdered by jealous martial arts masters? The conspiracy theories never stopped. Enter the Dragon was released 1 month after Bruce's death. It became a global phenomenon. It made over $400 million, equivalent to billions today. It made Bruce Lee a legend, but his legacy goes far beyond movies. Bruce Lee invented mixed martial arts decades before the UFC existed. His philosophy, Jeet Kune Do, wasn't just about fighting. It was about life. Be water, my friend. Adapt, flow, overcome. He shattered racial barriers. He proved that Asians could be action heroes, sex symbols, cultural icons. Without Bruce Lee, there would be no Jackie Chan, no Jet Li, no modern martial arts cinema. Without Bruce Lee, Hollywood might still be casting white actors in Asian roles. Bruce Lee lived only 32 years. But in those 32 years, he changed the world. Some legends die. Bruce Lee became immortal. But here's what most people don't know. Bruce's death wasn't the only tragedy in the Lee family. His son Brandon died at age 28 in an equally mysterious accident on a movie set. Coincidence? Or is there really a curse on the Lee family? That's a story for another time.